Jack the Ripper, the killer who vanished into history. In the late 19th century, under the dim glow of gas lamps, a killer stalked the streets of London. He had no face, no confirmed identity, only a name that would echo through history: Jack the Ripper. Victorian London. London, 1888. The heart of the British Empire. A city of wealth, power, and industrial progress. But beyond the grand buildings and royal avenues was another London one few wanted to see: the East End, Whitechapel. Here, thousands lived crammed into filthy slums. Disease was common, alcohol was escape, and prostitution was often the only way women could afford a bed for the night. Police presence was weak, street lighting was poor, and fear walked freely in the dark. It was the perfect hunting ground. The first body. August 31st, 1888. Just before dawn, a woman was found lying in Buck's Row. Her name was Mary Ann Nichols, known as Polly. Her throat had been cut deeply twice, her abdomen slashed. She was 43 years old. Poor. Homeless. At first, police treated it as another tragic but common act of violence. But this murder was different. Something about the precision, something about the brutality. This was only the beginning. Escalation. 8 days later, September 8, 1888, the body of Annie Chapman was discovered behind a house on Hanbury Street. Her throat had been cut all the way to the spine. Her abdomen opened, and one detail horrified investigators: her uterus was missing. This wasn't random violence anymore. This was methodical. Word spread quickly. Panic followed. Women were afraid to walk alone. Men formed neighborhood patrols. Newspapers fed the fear with daily headlines. London realized a serial killer was loose. The letters. Then, the letters arrived. Notes sent to police and newspapers. Written in mocking tones. Signed with a chilling name: yours truly, Jack the Ripper. Whether the letters were genuine or hoaxes is still debated. But the damage was done. The killer now had an identity. Jack the Ripper had entered public consciousness. The double event. September 30th, 1888. One night. 2 murders. The first victim was Elizabeth Stride. Her throat had been cut, but her body wasn't mutilated. Police believed the killer had been interrupted. Less than an hour later, he struck again. This time, the victim was Catherine Eddowes. What police found was shocking. Her face had been slashed repeatedly. Her abdomen opened. Kidney removed. Nearby, officers discovered a blood-stained piece of her apron. Above it, a cryptic message written in chalk. Fearing violent riots, police erased it. The city was now gripped by terror. The final night. November 9th, 1888. Inside a small rented room in Miller's Court, police made a discovery that would haunt history: the body of Mary Jane Kelly. Unlike the others, she had been killed indoors. The killer had time. What officers saw defied description. Her body was mutilated almost beyond recognition. Organs removed, flesh carved. Even seasoned policemen were shaken. This was the most brutal murder of all. And after that, the killings stopped. The canonical 5. History officially recognizes 5 victims: Mary Ann Nichols, Annie Chapman, Elizabeth Stride, Catherine Eddowes, Mary Jane Kelly. 5 women, all poor, all vulnerable. Their deaths shocked the world, but their lives were largely forgotten. The manhunt. Police were overwhelmed. There were no fingerprints, no DNA, no reliable eyewitnesses. Descriptions conflicted. Suspects numbered in the thousands. Some believed the killer had medical knowledge. Others said he was a butcher, a barber, an immigrant. Even wild theories involving royalty emerged. But there was no arrest, no confession, no closure. The suspects. Over the years, several names stood out. Modern DNA tests have pointed fingers, but experts dispute their reliability. More than a century later, the truth remains hidden. Why Jack the Ripper still fascinates. Jack the Ripper was more than a killer. He was the first media-made serial killer. The letters, the headlines, the mystery. He exposed the dark side of Victorian society, how poverty was ignored, and how some lives were valued less than others. He became a symbol of fear and of failure, the unsolved legend. More than 130 years have passed. Technology has evolved. Cities have changed. But one question still remains unanswered. Who was Jack the Ripper? Was he an ordinary man hiding in plain sight? A predator who understood the city better than anyone? Or simply someone who knew when to stop and disappear? Perhaps the most terrifying part of this story is not what he did, but that he was never caught. Somewhere in history, Jack the Ripper walked away. Follow, like and share for more life, true crime, and thrilling stories.